Right through this world. Now, why is it called AK-51 and no AK-47? I'd love to know, but it's episode 6. Probably because it's an episode centered around Piney and his pishy pals.
Could it be because the guns reek of shite and they just don't want to call him AK-47?
No, but why is it called a 51? Even if it was modified.
I didn't even know AK-51s existed.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a modification on a 47, but AK-47 sounds great.
I was going to say maybe they can't use official terms, but then again, they use Glocks, don't they? So, I mean...
Maybe it's something to do with an actual title of an episode.
I don't know, guys. Like, we ain't gun enthusiasts, right? We don't go around shooting people, so all our Yank fanboys, let us know, like, what is an AK-51?
But what's the point of the Suns dealing guns when you can just fucking walk into a Walmart and buy, buy guns?
Like, see in the UK, like, well, probably because the people they're dealing to are gangsters and shit, and you fucking can't legally obtain it.
Yeah, I was joking, though.
Were you actually, though?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, for us people in the UK, we don't even know what a gun looks like. I've never held a gun. I've never actually seen a gun in person. Well, maybe I've seen one on a policeman or something like that. I haven't really
I've held
paid
a gun.
attention. A real one?
In school? In school, I fucking... For all your yanks out there.
School shooter alert. Right, anyway, let's move in. This episode we call AK-51. Why? I've already explained. We do not know. But what we do know is 3 facts about the episode. First of all, it had the first death of a police officer. Officer Sanders, rest in peace, you will be missed.
He will be missed indeed.
He'll be missed by Tramwell, he won't be missed by any of us.
Man, you asking me to cover for the friends that killed my friend, brother?
Basically, Sanders and Tramwell, I guess, grew up together. We came through the unit together. We were close, man.
Was he on the take? Was Sanders on the take?
Nah, he probably didn't get paid. He wasn't that close, mate. He wasn't getting a cut of the money. But yeah, Sanders was gunned down by illegal guns, which we'll talk about. We get the debut of Agent Stahl, who, in my opinion, outside of the charming police, I'd say she's... I think you can make a case she is the best, like, official person in the... By official, like, I mean, like...
Government
official,
high up,
like...
CIA sort of shit?
Authority. Like, yeah, like a...
Person of authority.
Person of authority. Maybe that's the word I was looking for. I think... I would actually say... I would put Agent Stahl above your weird, creepy man.
Potter?
Aye.
I would... Yeah, obviously. I think Potter's great, though. It doesn't mean he's
I like
shite.
Potter, but I think Agent Stahl is the best we've seen. So the debut of her, and this could be a key fact here. The only episode in the entire series that Tig Traeger does not appear.
Yes, that's... I don't think it's an... I would have honestly put good money that Tig appears in every episode.
Yeah, I never... You'd think this early on that you would have realised he wasn't in it. I think it's different if... Like a season 5, episode 2 or something. Well, maybe not.
That's like Tig's fucking...
Alright, let's say like late episode 5 or something, right? Or late season 6 or late season 5 or something. Like, I think you could be forgiven for maybe not noticing Tig in an episode. But you'd think this early in the series, you would have just remembered.
I kind of disagree. I feel like by that point, if a character like of that stature is missing, it is a bit noticeable.
So you think it's less noticeable right now?
But we didn't notice it. We didn't notice it until the fucking end. You know?
So maybe he was in fucking... I was going to say maybe he was helping Chips get McKeevy, but Chips was in this episode, so maybe not.
Who knows then?
What was Tig's doing? Probably paying for his wee Asian boys. He was visiting happy.
I was visiting happy. He was getting the wee bit that he owed him. But anyway, let's get stuck into the review of the episode. Pete Meineke's buying guns off of Piney. And straight away, you can just... It's not the best way to start an episode, is it? No. Piney standing there with his oxygen tank. They're shooting the AKs. We've got Jackson Opie with them. Russell Meineke, Nate's son. Then he's firing at targets. He gives Jax an envelope. Jax is like, "You're 5,000 light, brother." And it's at this point, how can these guys even remotely be trusted then? Yeah, it wasn't like it was just a Russell thing. It was a Meineke thing.
Yeah, first of all, they've tried to, like, rob the Sons. Then Russell says, "Oh, I thought we were getting the family discount." Jax is like, "You are." With the discount off, it's like 10 grand. And then Nate says to his son, give him the rest. The son says to Nate, give him the rest. Then Nate, like, kind of begrudgingly takes out the rest of the money from his back pocket and gives it to Jax. And then he's like, "Oh, sorry about that," to Piney. It's like, well, not really. I mean,
you're the one that... It looked like it was you that masterminded. You're the one carrying the cash.
Yeah, like, if you truly thought the guns were only 5 grand, why would you have the other 5 grand stashed in your back pocket?
Exactly.
So, I mean...
And it almost says to you at this point, it's like Piney's not involved here. Even though if Piney wasn't involved, this ain't happening. This turns sour, bloody, real fast. I think Pani's not there.
Yeah. Plus, like, it felt a bit weird to me. Like the Sons are just going to sell guns to some fucking people they don't. All right, Piney might know the guy, but no one else does.
Guess it's desperate times.
Desperate for money.
Really?
But anyway, they get their 10 grand.
And Piney says to Nate, "Take care, Nate." It almost felt like goodbye, even though they see each other again.
Like, this Nate guy for the entire episode did look depressed, and I always felt like anytime we had a scene with Piney, it was like Piney seemed
Piney's
to like,
forcing a
care.
relationship.
It's like Kenny seemed to care. Piney seemed to care about Nate, but Nate didn't really seem to give a shit about Piney. Even when he went, like goes to hug him and stuff, it just looked awkward. This Nate guy had this like expression on his face where he's like, "I don't want to be part of this show." I don't know what was wrong with him.
We were at Vietnam.
I don't know if he was a bad actor or this is. I did not like this character. I've always thought this was probably one of the weakest episodes of season 1. And
It's probably one of the weakest episodes of the show.
yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
It doesn't mean it's fucking horrendous. Like, oh god, this is a 0 out of 10.
No, it's
but
not. It's definitely a 0 out of 10. Like, I just didn't think
I still feel like the other stuff. Like, I know, like, it is Nate. It's Meineke a centered episode, but I feel like the other stuff with Gemma Clay, Stall, and you know, getting the guns out of there. I feel like it's all right. It's good, that stuff.
Aye.
Seeing Stall's really good first episode, but I feel like this stuff is horrendous. I don't know. Kind of just sums up that Piney's pals are equally as pish as him, doesn't it?
What a surprise. Anyway, Gemma and Claire are trying to have sex, but Gemma's getting older, so it's getting a bit more difficult. Kind of storms out. Clay's like, "How's that my fault?"
Even this line delivery for Ron Perlman.
I mean, I think Clay could just tell you, like, get down on the ground and eat that dog shit, and it would sound.
He could have been the clown episode 3, like, well, man, it's only a wee kid. Clay's the man. Maybe not that much, brother. But yeah, Ron Perlman, top man, top G. And he's in talking to Jax at Teller Morrow, and as he's talking to Jax, he goes in to see if Gemma's alright, and as this is going on, a truck pulls up, it's Juice, and it's Cherry, but at this point, Clay, like, fucking storms outside, looks like he's about to kill Juice and snap Cherry's neck, and he's like, but was Juice even aware? Juice wasn't there, Juice was with Tig.
Yeah, it was just not, like, passed out. In a diaper. With a bunch of pills.
No, because this was Patch over him and Tig were getting the guns. They were at the Devil's Tribe. When him and Tig arrived, it was the morning.
That was the episode before, yeah, you know, you're right, yeah.
So how, Juice is none the wiser, like.
Yeah, Juice
unless she told him. But then I think if she told him, he'd have been like,
yeah, wouldn't have brought her there, so, like, I mean, Juice doesn't really know, so it's hard to blame Juice here.
Yeah, Juice does a lot of questionable stuff, like, but Clay just fucking grabs him by the back of the neck. It's like, what are you doing?
It's like kind of weird because like in Patch over, Cherry kind of talks as if she knows how the whole club works and stuff. She kind of seems to have her head screwed on that way. Yeah, she's turned up here like less than a week later, so bit strange.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely a bit strange. Half sack, like he's like halfway out the door, and then this Gem, your heart skipped a beat, and I saw it from here, brother. Half sack, I think half sacks went from half sack to nace sack. His horse collapsed.
Gemma asks him who she is, and he's trying to play dumb, like he's like, I don't know. And then I guess Gemma just knows. I mean, she fucking seems to know everything. Like bloody Gemma know it all, Morrow, and she just comes to the conclusion that
she didn't even need to check the money if it was only 5k, man. She can just sense there's only 5k in
it. Gemma asks Hassack, Clay hit that little tart, didn't he? And then Hassack was like, I don't know. I don't know if Clay's hitting anyone apart from you.
Because you're his wife and all.
It was like fucking awkward. Like, so he's trying to make things better, but nah, he's doing a bad job at it. And Gemma just tells him, "Get out," and starts crying.
Feel sorry for half sack.
Yeah, he's always on the brunt of something, isn't he? Like, I think he's a good guy though. Then we go back to the masked men, Nate, Russell, and
the crew.
Yeah, no, they kind of they're trying to hijack the prison convoy. So they got to like the police car that is
convoy,
right? So they got to, don't have them in the UK either. So they got to the police car that's like escorting it, and I just don't get this because like Nate and Russell don't have masks on, but when they pull the guns, the rest of the masked men jump out, but. Wouldn't Nate being unmasked, like, is that not just giving his identity away? Is that not a huge... And say you're saying, but they're going to Mexico, so it's not going to... Well, why are the other guys wearing masks then?
No, but another thing, he has to like open the door. He has to go to the police thing. So if he's wearing a mask, the police aren't going to open the door, obviously. But at the same time, are maybe him and Nate are want it, or him and his son are want it, and that's why there's no problem not wearing masks. But then again, if they are wanted, would they really have dealt guns? I don't know. Piney's decision making would suggest they probably did.
Yeah, if they were in trouble with the law, I mean, I don't think it wouldn't make sense for Piney and the club to give them the illegal guns because it could always lead back to the club.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't want.
Exactly, but
I know you could argue whoever they give guns to is going to get up to trouble.
You can argue what you want, right? But Officer Saunders, because that's his name, he gets out of the police motor and then he gets absolutely derailed with an AK, and there's like two people in the distance as well on a bike get killed. So two innocents and
a couple of
officer.
shots, and it just seem to be caught up in the crossfire. So
putting wee silencers on their AK-51s.
Unlucky for them.
It was, but I mean, and then it's not that Nate. He leaves his fucking cell phone.
Yeah, he's a fucking bum. That you wouldn't take a set. You would be better prepared than this. Imagine, no, I mean, you kill a police officer like you fucking,
Why would he even have his phone fucking on him?
Hijack a prison convoy, and you just drop your phone. I mean, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, like, oh man, it's amateur hour, like for guys that are in a survival.
Kind of like in the Punisher when they're robbing the poker game, and the guy fucking drops his passport.
Yeah,
it's like, what you fucking take? Like, why would you take something to if you're doing something like that? Why would you take anything that could possibly lead it back to you? Whether it be like a phone, passport, some form of ID, like a name tag, like it's not worth the fucking risk.
No, it's really not, and this just spells disaster, and you just know at this point, like, this is just gonna be a neat episode. Stinky Nate, that's what he reminds me of. But Chibs, he's back at the clubhouse after a 2-episode absence.
He could be the MVP.
Nate?
Huh?
It could be.
He won't be though.
Wait, how many? Chibs missed 2 episodes? He was in Fun Time, but he's back up north, basically fills in what McKeevy was doing up there. Black hookers, what else was he doing?
Fat black hookers, get it right.
Fat. It's all about the fat ones, man. And Chibs says that McKeevy made it very clear that we need to keep the Irish flush and give them their 200k, or else we lose our Irish pipeline.
He'll be back at the end of the week. Clay's like, yeah, no problem. We'll have the money.
Yeah, so I mean, at this point, you can understand why they're selling these guns, these jobbers, because they need to make money. And at this point, to their calculations, they've currently got 110.
Yeah.
Once all the other stuff goes through. So 110, they need to make 90 up in what the next 2 weeks? Something like that, 10 days, a week.
Oh, my YouTube channel.
They could. Webcams. There you go, juice. Boom, boom, boom. But the ATF arrive. Half sack lets them know. And
hey, Cherry, you want to pay your debt back, don't you? Got a job for you.
Stand right there, brother. But then we get the introduction of June Stahl here with other. We get like our wee pal, the black guy. I do not know this guy's name, but he's in a lot of scenes, isn't he?
Aye, in the background.
Nah, he's like, I remember Hale punches him in episode 12, I think, and that's pretty much it. And he's in like season 3, I think, a bit. But a couple of funny bits of line here between Stahl and Clay, but of course he's getting arrested here because they found a cell phone at the scene of a prison breakout. And
last call, unfortunately, was Taylor Morrow. Piney's face kind of drops. He's like, fuck.
He shot himself. No, honestly, what is this? It's amateur art. But the fact they even phoned him?
We've not got a prepay or something, or
maybe the prepay doesn't matter. No, it wouldn't. No, you're right, actually. Yeah, but it's all Nate's fault.
And why isn't Penny use his fucking mobile or something?
Yeah, what the fuck's he using?
Why is he using to tell him, like, Jesus fucking Christ? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
fucking carrier pigeon or something, Piney. I know, like, what?
Doesn't the club all have prepays for stuff like that?
Maybe he's a cheap ass bastard, doesn't want to buy a fucking prepay.
Maybe,
I don't know, man. But yeah, Clay gets arrested since he's the owner. And then we're just thinking at this point, Jesus, what is going on? Then Jax is like, not cutting a promo, he's kind of like doing a dictatorship speech here about how the president patch means that he's VP when Clay goes away. And then Piney, is Piney being a wee bitter old bastard?
I think so, because Jax is like, when Clay's away, the president, what do you
patch?
No, president. Like duties. What's another word for duties? I can't fucking remember. I can't remember the word I was going to use. But the president duties land on his back. And then Penny, just like a snide little comment, says the back of children. I mean, like,
No,
what?
mate, you're the guy that's made decisions like you're a fucking child.
Yeah, you're the
like
one that's
you're an
went and
invalid.
sold, illegal guns to fucking dodgy people that have just killed a police officer that could lead back to the club, and using the Telemorrow fucking phone landline to call this guy. I mean, Jesus Christ, if anyone's a child, if anyone's a dumb, low IQ'd fat bastard, it's Penny. I mean,
I know, like, it's just absolutely... It's bizarre, like, how he even comes out with that line. I mean, you could argue he's pissed at himself, so he's taking it in them, but fuck me, gross that Piney.
And so, yeah, then Jax kind of tells him, look, go to the cabin, keep it low, and we'll figure this out.
There's a few more interactions that they have, like after Piney doesn't even go to the cabin, but we're at the police station. We've got Stall interrogating Clay. Clay says he doesn't need his lawyer because his lawyer's what, $1,500 an hour?
Yeah.
Fucking become a lawyer, man. I don't become a lawyer.
He said, you got a phone call? Don't you want a phone lawyer? And he's like, nah, when I've got a problem that's worth $1,500 an hour, I'll call him. But then Agent Stall kind of goes through all the charges that they could have on Clay and what it's going to lead to, and like all the evidence they've got. And then before she's leaving, he's like, hey, maybe I will have that phone call after all. So just the Clay delivery was great. But anyway, like you brought up Jax having a Rictator ship and then just completely we never went over it. So
well, we did go over it.
We did not.
We'll go over it again then.
Jax and Trammell saying we need to stick together. You know about us, me know about you.
That's after this scene. That's Jax finds out about the warrant for Trammell.
Alright, we'll go about it then. Quick, go.
Oh, no, we don't need to go about it because when Stall leaves the room with Clay, she goes immediately to Cone. And first time she meets Cone, basically goes through his dress code, which I think was a pretty funny line. He shows her pictures of the shootout at Indian Hills. So Cone's actually did a good job here, surveillance-wise. Even though it is a bit of a nonce. And then Hale shows up and figures out that Piney was in fact the founding elder's SOA, but he was in the same platoon as Nate Meineke and the guy that they broke out, Frank Sison. What a guy. Frank Sison. Then
obviously all this information is making June happy. Says, oh, this is making my nipples hard, which I thought was a good line. I mean,
hold on, no. She grabs their asses and goes, Mama's little helper. She says the nipples hard line later down the line.
Does she?
If you watch the episode, you
did watch the episode, right? Well, I mean, that's fucking sexual assault.
Well, it is.
See if Hale had done the opposite to her, wouldn't have been alright?
We're fucking definitely
double standards.
No, definitely not. We get Luann and Janet at the porn studio, and they're basically talking about Cherry. And then Luann like, oh, she's young and dumb. She'll be old and wise like us. And what the fuck's wise about her?
No, you fucking do porn like no reason you're in that position is because of Opie. Otto fucking, sort of financed your little porn business. I mean,
Otto's doing all that stuff in jail with Chucky and the triads and shit, and she's getting rewarded off it. She's getting the same percentage as the fucking sons.
Yeah, I mean, seeing you look back on Otto, I don't think Otto had a fair life. Like,
no, he didn't. Get fucking jobbed out big time, man. Honestly, what?
I mean, it doesn't seem fair to me.
Fucking disgraceful. But this is when Jax meets with Trammell, alright? So this was your scene. Take it away, big man. Power struggle.
Well, Trammell's no happy. He wants the police to find out who killed his friend Saunders. But Jax is like, look, yo, that can't happen. We gotta find them first. Then Trammell isn't happy about this. He's kind of offended that his best friend, his childhood friend's just been killed here, and that the sons don't really. The sons are kind of relying on Trammell to keep these guys safe, even though Trammell wants to bring them to justice. But the sons are like, look, we need to find them before the cops do, and I guess give them their own justice. But Trammell isn't happy about that.
I understand Trammell's point, but what does he think the sons literally just wanted the police to never find them and they just go off to Mexico? Obviously, the sons were going to kill them.
Trammell's like, he didn't sign up for this. He says he would help them, do minor things.
Move the guns, the gangster town.
He didn't have any plans on like burning dead bodies and covering up and having his friends and all that stuff getting killed. He doesn't want no party. He said he wants out, but Jax is like, yo man, you can't get out. You know about us and we know about you. We gotta stick together. That's the only way this works, or else with one of us dead. So I mean, it was basically Jax in a very nice way saying, look, we've got to be on the same side here, because as soon as we're on opposing sides, one of us has to go.
I feel like Jax's shitebag mannerisms at the start of the show actually helped this. I could imagine Clay could have been very abrupt and like thing about it, and Trammell might not have did it. I almost feel like this helped SAMCRO in a way. Maybe. But we've got Meineke. Oh, he's contacting Piney and Piney walks back through the door.
Look, Trammell, you go against the club and you'll be joining your little Niner buddies in the street with holes. Huh?
Put it on that old cop to-do list. But yeah, Piney contacts Piney as like Jax walks in. Jax is like...
Piney contacts Piney?
Meineke contacts Piney. That's it. Sets up another meet at the hideout in the woods, going to sell them the rest of the guns, of course, because of this whole situation. Though the guns are like fucking like when you Nazi zombies when you get the fire sale, they're only like $10.
But is Jack's not? Is this not when Jack shouts at him and says, "Yo, I told you to go to the
it is, aye.
cabin"? And Piney's like, "Who the hell are you talking to?"
Piney takes the oxygen tank off.
As if he's ready to go.
Jax would, but would he bar it? I would.
I don't know.
I think he would. Man.
Season 1 Jax.
I mean the hair may be pish like, but I feel like oxygen tank Piney. Well, but then we get to the scene literally transitions and the Piney driving away on his tricycle. It was fucking horrendous, wasn't it?
Aye, like storming off in a huff.
But that's the thing. If the ATF know at this point about Piney and they're already at the gates, surely he shouldn't be allowed to leave.
Were they already at the gates though?
They were.
Okay.
Because they were discussing here about how they're going to get the guns out if the ATF notice them because they're already at the gates. Because of course they're going to do the whole warrant search very soon. But Jax then tells Bobby to inform Leroy that he'll have his guns by the end of the day and to collect the rest of the payment. So the guns are going cheap here. Not very good. Gemma is then at the pharmacy. She collects her menopause medicine. Like, see the guy at the pharmacy? It was almost like normally...
Estradiol Solution 15.
Yeah, like why didn't he just fucking gear it? Like, it's a different one than normal.
It's supposed to be a bit discreet, isn't it? He's pure fucking grabbing the microphone. Here's your new Estradiol Solution 15 that you need.
Because you're old. And you've got AIDS and all that stuff.
Normally it's supposed to be like kind of... And she was like, yeah, thanks.
No, I mean, it was pretty funny. And then it gets even better because Cherry's walking down the street minding her own business. Kid goes past on a skateboard. Tony Hawk falls off it, picks up the skateboard, cracks Cherry in the face, and this would fucking hurt.
I wouldn't fancy this. She was looking crying, blood pouring out the nose. Why'd you do that? And then Gemma ends up just taking a seat before getting arrested, really. Ends up in my cell.
Like, I mean, you can say this episode's bad, like, but there is some I think this is a very iconic moment. Skateboard with the kitten.
Iconic?
Well, maybe not iconic, but you know what I mean? Pretty cool moment. Skateboard to the face.
I mean, when I think the iconic moments in Sons of Anarchy, this would not be in the fucking
I meant
top.
Cool, mate.
No, you said iconic.
Well, I meant cool.
This wouldn't be in the top fucking 250, man. Not even near.
I said cool. I meant cool.
Right, okay.
Alright, Meineke over there. You alright? You ready for the task at hand?
No, I'm not Meineke, mate. You call I just don't think someone getting hit in the face with a snowboard is a iconic moment.
A snowboard?
Well,
where the fuck are we, mate?
I don't know.
We suddenly went to the mountains.
Aye, Alaska.
Now, anyway, man, Gemma's getting brought into the police station. Clay, what's she doing? She's got nothing to do with this. Clay's like, voice almost breaks. She got nothing to do with this. And he goes, what the hell did you do? Nailed some little tart from Nevada. Same thing you did, brother. and Clay, I mean, he could have just closed the door and went and sat down.
That would have probably been the right thing to do, but he doubled down, like, you know.
he gets double dipped.
Like, I don't have enough shit oozing at me here, so you gotta go and do this. Gemma then says, you should have thought about that before your dick went on a cheerleader hunt. Clay's like, hey, I didn't tell her to come here. And Gemma says, but she's here. Clay goes, well, it's not my fault. And Gemma replies, well, it's not my pussy. And then Stahl says, that's why I'm single.
Yeah, it was a great wee sequence of offences.
I like that.
Is this an iconic moment?
I think you could say that's an iconic scene.
Well, I think the whole skateboard and then this is iconic because that's what leads to it.
Even then, I wouldn't call this iconic, like, but it's more iconic than the skateboard to the face, like.
Aye, but I think in terms of shouting matches on the show, fuck, this is pretty good. This is really good, man. Would you not say so?
Aye.
Jack, so he's at the rooftop of the clubhouse. He's reading JT's manuscript, and it's like, the more you listen to JT, the more you think this guy was just pish.
The more you listen to JT, the less you want to listen to him.
You can see why he was friends with Piney and Meineke and all that pish platoon. Like, oh man. But then he like notices the septic truck because at the start of the episode it got flooded, and we gotta get it again. Piney clogging up the toilets. Does this guy bring anything else than shite?
Was it Penny that clogged them up?
Pretty sure it was. I know there's panties down there, like, but I'm willing to bet.
Wait, did we ever find out who put them down there?
No, but I'm willing to bet 95% of the shite down the toilets was him.
His big fat ass.
His big fat ass. But Jax notices the septic truck, and then it's like, right, we've got to put the guns in the septic truck. But that's another thing. Would the ITF really just let the septic truck drive it? I guess they let Piney drive it, like, so there's no real reason to do it. But aye, Jackie boy got the guns out. So aye, the day the warrant.
Yeah, I mean, if they had, well, I guess they dried it before they had the warrant, no, before they were actually in.
Nah, yes, I'm saying. But
if Agent Stall had got there with a warrant, if he came in, I doubt they would have let the truck drive out. But the truck just drived out while they were just keeping an eye. I guess the ATF that are outside can't really say, oh, you're not allowed to leave, because they haven't really charged them anything yet. You haven't got the warrant yet to search the place.
Very true, and also the septic truck's nothing to do with SAMCRO. But Bobby at this point also says to Jax that Leroy no longer wants to buy the guns due to the heat on the street. Tara is in doing hospital duties, notices Cone inside the incubation chamber with Abel. He's in. I think he just wants to touch Abel up. Take a seat, Cone. He says, we want to see SAMCRO's future. Be there in 45 minutes, and this is when we cut to the warrant. And aye, man, they just rip it to shreds, and it's like, see warrants, man, it's not even like, I mean, I know you could say it was Cone, like, but all of them were destroying it. Is it because they're scumbag gang members, or do you think they would do this in anyone else's house?
I think it should be illegal. I don't think you should be able to just destroy someone's, like, I know you have to search, like, but you can search, you can do a thorough search without destroying the place.
And I think it's a safe thing to say. Actually, by destroying it, you could be destroying evidence. You
could be.
Like, say the evidence you're looking for is like a note or something, and they're going in, fucking smashing everything, like, ripping it. You're gonna fucking, you know? And then you get, like, them all lying on the floor, face down. You smell like strawberries. I don't know who said that line. Who said that line? Do you remember?
I know, someone says you smell nice, and someone says, like, strawberries.
Aye, something like that. Who knows, man? But aye, they go back to the police station. Stall is talking to Hale, says that they're...
Cone takes a piss.
Why, yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't Piney, man. I know, he's a bit weird, isn't he?
Aye.
I know it's a sign of disrespect. Like, here. Wait, does he piss in this episode?
Wasn't the next one.
Right.
Can I remember piss his neighbour's bed, does he not?
Aye, but that's in the house, not in fucking...
Oh, so maybe it wasn't this one.
Seven to say, wait, he's got a fetish with pissing on Jackson's fucking stuff, doesn't he? We're about the police
Puts
station.
on the mark.
Stall's explaining to Hale that they found these oil barrels and they're from Dunglow, Ireland. And she's like... Dunglow. And this must be how they're bringing in the guns. And she says it's real IRA territory. But again, is Dunglow really a place? Even though it said on the oil barrels Dunglow, they've made it up because it doesn't exist here.
I just don't get why they couldn't just pick a place that does exist. And although there has been like series and movies and stuff before that have actually used like real towns, and then they get like a bad rep for it, and then I don't think they get sued, like, but they come under criticism.
Like, I like The Wire, fuck's sake.
You know,
Baltimore shithole.
Like you're painting our city as a, you know, like a drug infested. Well, Baltimore, it's a shithole, isn't it? Like, so.
But then again, look how many times I mentioned Belfast.
I know, so it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it really doesn't. I mean, maybe it's a mistake and they'd already written it in, and by the time, but I don't know. I mean, surely would Chibs not be like reading it and go, "Where's this Dunglow place? Never heard of it."
Exactly. So I think they've just plucked it. I honestly think they've went for Donegal and spelled it this way.
You thought it was the pronunciation, but then we actually see Dunglow in writing, so it's like.
I think if it Donegal looks like Dunglow in writing, it does.
Does it really?
It's similar, right?
No, that's a stretch.
No, but it's not like Donegal's like a wee shite town with 3 people in it. It's actually a big city. Big enough city, so for me it would make sense, like, but it is what it is. And then this is when we get the line, right? It wasn't 20 minutes ago in the episode, Stalding turns around and goes, "My nipples are incredibly hard right now." Well, when quote the episode, you have to check out the end of the episode, but she also says that
Say the episode about 3 times, I mean.
Agent Coden, turns out he's actually no here on ITF business. He's supposed to be on vacation in Oregon. Who goes to Oregon for a vacation? I know my America, like Oregon. It could be like Miami or Vegas. Oregon?
Be like us going to
Newton Ards.
Aye, for a holiday, like this is not something you do.
Stranraer. Do you get that reference? Who knows? But aye. So it looks like he's in the shit house now. ATF's kind of out the window, and she also says to Hale, Clay's free to go. So Clay then makes the walk of shame down to the cells, and he tries to bail out Gemma, but she's just no buying it. She's like, you know what that means, brother menopause? He's like,
These things are changing.
Things are changing, damn it.
There was also a scene where, like, Hale was speaking with Gemma, and see, Hale is like, man, I don't think he truly dislikes what Sons of Anarchy is. I think it's more he's annoyed at Unser, like, breaking the law and, like, protecting them.
As he's put
I don't know, it's not
Captain
like
America.
a personal thing, though, because we do see him, like, having conversations with Jax. And even when Hale, spoiler alert, dies, I mean, it's not like the Sons are celebrating. Yeah, I think it's not even clear. It's like, you know,
Another win for the ATNF. Yeah, I know.
It's saying, like, you know, he was a bit of a pain in the ass, but he didn't deserve to go out like that, you know? Like, I mean...
Nah, he was a good pain in the ass, man.
Yeah, well, we got far.
Maybe for a Tig or something, he's a good pain in the ass. I don't know, but...
Well, there's not, like, genuine hatred between Hale and the club.
No, definitely not. But we've also got Cherry at St. Thomas, half-sack visitor. It looks like these two are now going to be together, even though Clay and Gemma haven't really gave it the green lights, as Chibs did in the mines.
We fought this shit tonight.
Damn it. And then we get Clay returning to the cabin, but this is actually the first appearance of the cabin. Pretty iconic location in the show, isn't it?
He basically gets there, he gets given a drink, opens it, takes a sip, and goes, my head's sore, I'm away to bed.
Yeah, I mean, like, we talk about sometimes we have migraines and we job out fits. I mean, he literally just jobbed at the entire fucking shower because he's got a sore head.
Well, Jackie boy, thank Jackie boy, he got rid of the guns.
No, Jackie boy got rid of the guns.
Jackie boy got rid of the guns.
There
boy.
he is, soldier. It's
But,
Clay.
like, I think Clay would have been heaping a bit more praise on him, or at least how'd you do that? You know, like, I mean, it's like,
if Jax doesn't do that, Clay, you're no here sipping beer.
Exactly.
You're still in the cell.
I think Clay would have, like, thanked him a bit more, or was like, what plan did you come up with? He's kind of just like, oh, that's good, but I'm away to bed. Peace. It was a bit weird.
Yeah, it was really weird. And then we get the following morning, we've got Jax, Piney, and Opie in the forest here, Woodbridge Forge. Not that that really matters. We've got the Meineke. We've got the Meineke gang. And there's only two of them. Jack says, we weren't stupid, we weren't followed. And then as he says that, their entire crew comes out and there's 35 of them or something. It's like, if you knew you weren't followed by police, well, why wouldn't you know there's like 35 guys here behind trees? It kind of like undermines Jax's point, doesn't it?
Well, not really, because they are in that location.
Yes, I know, but the police could be hiding behind fucking trees. You know, it kind of undermines it.
No, because the police wouldn't fucking know the location. They've obviously take the L here.
No, I'm not taking the L. I think that's a genuine point.
Listen, they've phoned and they've decided they're going to meet there. Therefore, the Meinekes know where the location is to meet. The police wouldn't know fucking shit. So how's the police going to set a trap where they're going to be waiting?
They could. Hold on. If Piney's still using telemoto, like they could intercept it.
I'd take the L.
No, I'm not taking the L.
You should take the L.
Because Jackson, Opie, and Piney have a look of surprise here when these guys appear out of nowhere.
Do they?
Yeah.
I'll have to rewatch that.
That's what I'm saying. They weren't aware they were there, which kind of makes Jackson go, fuck. We could have been ambushed here, but then we get the final. Well, Nate and Piney, as you say, Nate has no fucking interest
Like,
to be in
Piney
there.
wants a big hug, and he's like, I'm going to miss you now, take care. And Nate's just standing there with this fucking soulless, expressionless kind of look on his face, and it's like, where did they get this
Like,
guy?
Piney kind of makes it obvious. He's like, sorry, what you doing? He's like, oh, we're going to go to Mexico. He's like, so you're going to run this revolution from Acapulco or some fucking spicky thing like that. And then he's like, any women and children with you? And it's kind of like, see, as soon as he says that, shouldn't alarm bells not be ringing?
I think so.
He either wants to rape them or he wants to know if they're there. And then he's like, take care, Nate. And then we get this like sad song playing. And then like Jax drives past as they get into the pickup truck. And then Piney's like chewing on a toothpick and Opie just presses the button. Fucking massive kill count here.
But what I don't get, right, they kind of just drive off and, like, realistically, what is the explosion kind of, like,
Radius?
Aye, like, what was every single one of them carrying a bag? What if there was more further out? What if they have a camp set up there about maybe half a mile out? And they're going to carry it? So the people at the camp's going to be like, fuck, they got blown up, we've been betrayed. How do they know that every single member of their group was there?
I know, but how big's this group? Like,
well, I don't know, but what I'm saying is, and would they not go and follow up? Would they not go in and see who's left? Make sure the blast got everybody? Is that not like
Well, probably like, but
if you're nitpicking like?
if you're nitpicking, alright. But then Clay picks up Gemma the next day. She's released. They see Cherry walking down the street. Gemma then goes to confront her. Gemma then like says, "I want to make sure that you don't bother Clay anymore." It's like, hold on here.
Yeah, I didn't really
What's
get
that
that. I
one
mean,
about?
does Gemma really think that Cherry was the one that decided to come on to Clay?
I know.
I mean, it was all the way about, obviously. Well, I mean, I guess she doesn't know that, but I mean, you come on. If she wasn't there, she doesn't really understand the full story.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who come on to who. Clay could have said fucking no. You can't really pin it on this person.
Yeah, no, but I doubt Cherry's going to really be interested in Clay, like.
First, nah.
Unless she's getting fucking a financial sentiment out of it, like. But
Aye, percentage of the guns, bigger percentage than fucking Opie.
Gemma says, you so much as flash a pretty grin at him, I will jam my fist so far up your bony ass, your cup size will double. And Cherry says, is that how your rack got to be that size? And Gemma's like, not the time to be smart. Even though I thought it was a pretty funny
It was a good line, but you're not really...
Gemma no sold it.
Nah, she did. No selling here. God damn it. And then as she's walking back to Clay, he's like smiling away. And what is it she says? She's like, relax, a threesome ain't gonna happen. You're so transparent. And then he's like, come on,
I don't want a threesome. Then he puts his motorcycle helmet on. He looks like the biggest monkey I've ever seen.
He is.
But he's white, so we can say that.
That's it.
Now, if it's
If someone else other than a Caucasian person does it.
If it was T.O., let's stuck the helmet on. I mean, we would probably have to say he looks like something else.
Aye, but the difference is...
chimpanzee or something?
Ron Perlman actually looks like a fucking monkey.
I know.
Big difference here.
Alright.
Big Ron.
So then they drive off. She's like, Gemma's like, take me home.
Tara then says to Jax, take me home.
Yeah, so it's like you go from one fucking couple going home, then you go from Jax taking Tara home, even though they're not technically a couple right now. So then Jax kind of like drives out with Tara on his back, and like literally as soon as he's driving out, you've got Cohen like driving up his arse. I mean, can you not at least stay back a little bit?
I know. What happened to two car lamps?
I know, Jesus Christ. I mean, literally almost touching the back of his bike. I mean, Tara could have probably reached her hand back and touched the bonnet of fucking Cohen's car. That's how close he was to them.
And see the fact he knows where like Tara and Jackson all live. Like, what is the actual point of following them?
I guess they're not going home, like.
Yeah, no, but what was it? I know, like, I'm not going to spoil the start of the next episode, but what's his end game following them here?
I don't know.
A confrontation with Jax? He could just do anyway?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but we have to rate the episode. I'm going to rate the episode out of 10. What are you rating it?
I'm giving it a 7.
7? So one of the worst episodes of the show and it's got a 7?
Well, I kind of liked a lot of the dialogue. I thought Agent Stall was... Alright, then a 6. There you go.
No,
I'm not allowed to give a 7, guys.
I'll give it a 6, so it's a 6.5.
No, I'm giving it a 6.
I'm giving it a 7 then.
Fuck me, right? I'll get a 7 and you get a 6.
Alright, there we go. 6.5, but we have today the MVP. And also...
Quote of the episode.
On to the quote of the episode. Already kind of discussed it in the episode review, but it is when she is discussing the oil barrels to Big Deputy Captain America Hale. She goes behind him, kind of like breathes in his neck and goes, my nipples are incredibly hard right now. Pretty good impression, wasn't it? Even though it
was nothing like it. Definitely wasn't as masculine as that. Like, but I mean,
my nipples are incredibly hard right now.
It wasn't as feminine as that either.
My nipples are incredibly hard right now.
Like, you ain't
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Also, she was MVP. It's a double. It's a double here.
It's a 2 for 1.
It's a 2 for 1.
I think that's proved that, there you go, we aren't like sexist or anything like that, because I think like it's like,
well, does someone comment that?
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, I think like if Tig makes like a sexual joke like that, you know, we'd put him over. We'd say, oh, he's the man, that was funny. So we're also saying the same here for Agent Stall, even though she's a female.
Aye. I totally agree. I thought it was a good
Whereas
line.
people might not think females coming out with that kind of banter's fun, or funny, or hilarious.
Well, they may think that, but I thought it was good.
But I thought it was good as well.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. We're leaving yous in the hood. Till next time, episode 7, Old Bones. Check it out. Till next Monday. Morrow Mondays.